Okay, we're back, and with me are Roberta Cano and Bill Millwood to answer your questions. But to start things off, Bill, let me go to you. Give us a little bit more about this X33 and X34. What is this? What are they?
Well, thanks, Shelley. It's sort of like the cookie taste test. It's the final test for new materials. Once they're developed in the lab and then tested on the ground, the next step is to fly them. And the X33 and 34 do just that. They're both unpiloted test vehicles. The X34 flies at 8 times the speed of sound. That's about 100 times faster than your parents would drive a car. And the X33 flies even faster at 15 times the speed of sound. They both will fly next year, and the materials will lead to lower cost reusable spacecraft in the future, and these future space vehicles will take us to Mars and beyond.
Wow, we are really talking about some future vehicles here then, aren't we?
That's right.
Well, we already have some email questions waiting for us, so let me go and take the first email question. That question, what are the different categories of composites? You'd probably want to take that.
Well, Shelley, there's polymer matrix composites like we saw today during the show, which are reinforced plastics. There's also reinforced metals or metal matrix composites, and you can also reinforce ceramics. You have ceramic matrix composites. There's various types of composites you can use. Okay, so tell us though, all these different composites, when do you know when to use which one? Well, it depends on the application, what the application needs, what the temperature used really dictates what kind of matrix you're going to use and what kind of reinforcement. Okay, so it's the requirements then in the application. All right, well, I understand we've got a caller out there. So caller, hey, how about giving us your first name and your question, please?
How long does it take to build new airplane material?
How long does it take to build a new airplane? Well, Bill, why don't you give us a little idea about the X33, the X34? What's the timeline on that?
Okay, these aircraft are very short, high-risk programs. Both of them were contracted for a 30-month time period, from the authority to proceed to first flight.
All right, so it'll take like maybe 2 years before we'd actually see this flying then?
3 years.
3 years,
yes.
30 months type of thing. Okay, very good. That was an excellent question, thank you. Well, I'm going to go back to the email because we've got a couple more email questions, but call in with questions if you have them. Our second email question, how are composite materials being used with the X33? Let's go back to you, Bill.
Okay, with the X33, this is a scale model. The actual vehicle is much larger than this, and it's also larger than the X34 by a slight amount. It has 2 hydrogen composite tanks and a thrust structure. The hydrogen tanks are for the fuel.
All right, very good.
And the X34, which will fly next May as well, it has a composite fuel tank up front and also has a structure which is the backbone of the vehicle, which is made out of composites. And these 2 vehicles, by having lighter weight materials that are reusable, will lead to less expensive spacecraft of the future.
All right, very good. And I understand now we've got someone else who's interested in asking some questions. So let's go back out to our viewers and our caller. Please, how about giving us your first name and your question?
Okay.
Is our caller there?
Yeah. My name is Trent Modesty.
Repeat the question again, please.
Okay, and my question is, how did when you put your hand in that liquid stuff, how'd you get it so cold?
Oh, okay. That's going back to where we saw Dr. Ted Johnson. He actually had some protective wear on, and he had put a flower in there, and that was maybe you'd want to answer. Do you want to answer anything about that? What he was doing there?
Well, he just stuck the flower in the liquid nitrogen, which froze it, and when he was pulling it apart, he was using a cryogenic glove which protected his hand.
Right, so he was doing a lot of safety there. All right, let's just take one quick final email question and a quick response to this, please. What are some examples in our daily lives where composite materials are being used? Let's just have one of you.
Well, one place where composites are used is in sporting goods, in tennis rackets, and other applications where you can use these types of materials.
All right, sporting goods. All right, well, I see we're quickly running out of time. Roberta and Bill, thank you very much for joining us here today, and thanks to all the partners and guests that contributed to today's program. If you want to learn more about today's topic, visit our web panel of experts. And to try your own hand at becoming a production scientist, then jump into our online experiment, Secret Formulas. Finally, for a videotape copy of this NASA Connect show and lesson plans, contact CORE, the NASA Central Operation of Resources for Educators. For NASA Connect, I'm Shelley Canwright.